Hello again everyone, I hope it's been a killer day for you. So this video we're going to talk about the difference between training for fat loss versus training for muscle gain. Okay, so training for fat loss is slightly different than training to build muscle, but really at the end of the day, the way you're training does not play a big part as when you're dieting to lose fat or build muscle. Okay, I believe that the diet is the key variable when it comes to building muscle and losing fat, but there's a few small variances in training styles which I'm going to cover in this video. So training to build muscle is probably one of the easiest things to do in the bodybuilding world, and it really does surprise me that so many people find it so challenging. There's no magical secret or scientific process or wax on, wax off to building muscle. As always, it just comes down to pure hard work and training intensity. Okay, if you want to build muscle, all you need to do is train your ass off and train smart and eat as much nutritious food as you can, and I have no doubt whatsoever that you'll start growing very fast. You need to destroy your muscles in the gym, create as many tears in the muscle as you can, and that will allow the food that you're eating to be absorbed by all the broken down muscle. Then the muscle will build back bigger and stronger. Now, I'll say it again, there's no magic secret or no magic training style, no wax on, wax off that's going to get you to building muscle faster than others. Okay, the most effective way to train when you're trying to build muscle is to train full on as hard as you possibly can. Okay, it really is that simple. Intensity is the key when it comes to building muscle. When you're training, you need to have tunnel vision focus. You need to just shut everything else in your life off, chuck the headphones in, and train like a beast, and that you actually want to grow. I don't say this to put other people down, or I'm sure you've all seen it before in the gym as well. People stuffing around on their phones, talking to their friends in between sets, casually going through the motions during their workouts. Don't let that person be you, okay? I don't want any of my clients falling into that trap. When you're training, every single set you do, you need to train to the point that your muscles are in physical pain, okay? I want them crying out between your sets. If you're training biceps, I want you to push yourself every single set until it feels like your biceps are about to explode, like your skin's gonna tear, okay? You just push and push and push until you literally cannot lift another weight. I know I'm blowing this up and dramatizing it, but seriously, the harder you train, the more tears in the muscle that you create, the bigger they're gonna grow. It's that simple, okay? The more tears you create in the muscle, the more nutrients that muscle's gonna be able to absorb from your food, and then it will build back bigger and stronger. Your body doesn't know if you have used drop sets, your body doesn't know if you've used supersets, your body could not care less about how you create the tears. All that matters is that you actually create them, okay? You need to fail in the right rep range from 8 to 15 reps. You need to train with all the passion, intensity, and heart that you have, and you need to eat and sleep to recover. Repeat this week after week, month after month, and I promise you will make some serious gains, okay? There are training techniques like progressive overload, which is where you gradually increase the amount of stress placed upon the body during the weight training. When you're using the technique progressive overload, your aim is to lift heavier and heavier in weight each set, and each week you want to be trying to set new personal bests and increase those weights each week as well. So yes, progressive overload is going to help break down those muscles faster. You could also argue that compound movements increase the chance of building muscle more than isolation exercises do, which is again 100% correct, and I covered that in one of my other videos. However, the only issue I have with this, and really it's not a big issue at all because both training techniques are correct, but all these techniques I also use when I'm cutting as well, not just when I'm trying to build muscle. Your training style can stay exactly the same whether you're trying to build muscle or drop body fat. You could seriously argue a million different things about a million different training techniques, but at the end of the day, your diet is what's going to determine whether you're building muscle or losing body fat, okay? Every workout I ever do and every workout you ever do should always be different. Sometimes I do compound, sometimes I do isolation, sometimes I use progressive overload, and sometimes I do the drop sets and supersets. Everything's correct, they all work, they all shock the body into stimulating muscle growth. Yes, there are techniques that will help break down your muscles faster than others, but the one thing I personally believe is more important than anything is always going to be your training intensity and how much you are able to break your muscles down in one single workout. So you should always be mixing up your training style and incorporating all these different techniques every single time you train. Why would you say yes, you can train like this but not like this, when really it is all contributing to your muscles being broken down, which is what leads to muscle growth. I don't believe that you can say that this training style is going to make you grow faster than this one, and this technique works and this one doesn't. It's all just different people's opinions. Use them all, mix them up, they're all going to work. No one can ever argue that your body will change without training hard. No one can ever say that you can lower your training intensity and still get the same results. It's just not going to happen, okay? Mix it up, train with all the intensity you have, keep your workouts new, keep them fun, incorporate everything. Everything works, everything's correct. If you're doing them properly, it wouldn't have become a training style in the first place if it didn't work for someone, okay? If you're able to combine them all together, train with serious intensity, you're on the right track to making some serious progress. I'm going to say it one more time. I know you're probably sick of it. It doesn't matter how you're training. It doesn't matter how long you're training for. The only thing that matters when you're trying to build muscle is how many tears in that muscle you can create in the single workout. You then combine that with the correct recovery through rest and nutrition, and that's how you see the progress. You don't need to overthink everything. Keep it simple and listen to my instructions and what I'm saying. I'm not saying go and train for 4 hours a day and live at the gym and just punish yourself all the time, but seriously, be realistic. 20 to 30 sets per workout, fail in the right rep range every set, mix your training style up, and train with 100% passion and intensity. Let the food do its job, create the tears in your muscles in the gym, go home and eat according to your diet, have a great night's sleep, and every day you'll be putting on size. Now, the same does apply when you're training to drop body fat, but there's one variable I want to go over with you because I think it is the only thing that is even semi worth mentioning. The only difference between training for muscle gain and fat loss would be the rest periods in between sets. Once again, you could argue training styles and training techniques and all this different stuff, but you should always be doing a mixture of everything regardless of what your goals are. The more you mix it up, the harder you train, the better your results are going to be. So even though I don't think it really matters, but if you wanted to change something when it comes to dropping body fat, it would be your rest periods between sets, just to keep that heart rate elevated so your heart rate doesn't drop too much between sets, because the higher you maintain your heart rate, the more fat you're going to burn, okay? The way you actually drop fat is by burning more calories on a daily basis than what you are consuming. Everything you eat is energy in the form of calories. So when you eat too much food and you don't burn it off, your body's going to store it as fat, okay? How this is relevant in terms of rest periods in between sets is that if you're having shorter rest in between sets, let's say 30 seconds, you're going to have your heart rate a lot higher because of the lack of recovery time. I personally normally rest for approximately 90 seconds in between sets, probably up to 120, so maybe between 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes, which would not get my heart rate as high as if I was only resting for 30 seconds between sets. What this means is that you're going to burn more calories in the workout with the 30-second rest period in between sets than what you would if you rested for longer, like 90 to 120 seconds. I hope that's making sense for you. The higher you get your heart rate up during a workout, which is generally done by resting for a shorter period of time, is going to make you burn more calories in that given workout. So technically, yes, this is going to result in you losing fat that little bit faster. However, as I said before, I personally do not change my training style at all, whether I'm trying to build muscle or drop body fat, nor do I change my rest period in between sets. All I change is my diet and my cardio regime, depending on what I'm trying to achieve. When I go to the gym, I train properly. I mean business, it's business time. I don't want to talk, I don't want to hang out. I go to the gym with every intention of ripping my muscles apart to the point of physical pain, and I don't mean that as a joke. I'm 100% serious, okay? My time is too valuable to muck around in the gym. I'm there for one reason. My gym is up a massive flight of stairs, and I promise you on leg day, the day after leg day, and the day after that, I honestly have to hold the rails to walk up the stairs like an old man. On shoulder day, which you'll see in my full workout with the voiceover videos, I can't even hold my water bottle to my mouth because my shoulders are so broken down. Intensity is absolutely everything. If you want results, you need to train hard. I don't even think I could change my rest periods between sets to 30 seconds even if I wanted to, because I just wouldn't have it in me because my training intensity is so hard. The reason I can't change them to 30 is because I just don't have the cardiovascular or the muscular endurance to be able to do it. I really need those rest periods. 30 seconds after my last set, I'm still in pain from my previous set. I just could not physically do it. I wouldn't be able to lift the weight. I honestly believe that all training styles are correct. They all work just as well as each other, and you should use a mixture of them, like I've said a million times. They'll all get you to see the results very fast, given that your training intensity is at 100%. The one and only thing I really want you to take away from this video is that training intensity is everything. Drop sets, supersets, pause reps, negative reps, partial reps, cheat reps, they're all great variations as long as you do them with intensity. If the intensity isn't there, they're just not going to work. Go to the gym, plug your headphones in, rid your thoughts of anything else that you've got going on in your life, train harder than you ever have trained before. You need to push your limits, exceed your own expectations, and break those muscles down by incorporating different training techniques at 100% intensity. Every single workout I ever do, my goal is to train harder than my last. If you're constantly pushing your limits, setting new personal bests all the time, you're forcing your body to change rapidly. Don't give your body a choice. Break your muscles down by training hard. Let the food, the cardio, and the recovery just tie everything together, okay? Training is the fun part. Nothing beats walking out of the gym with a massive pump. Your workouts should be hard, but you should love them at the same time. It's an amazing feeling after you get such an intense workout. If you want to build muscle, you train at 100% intensity, then you go through the muscle building process through correct dieting. Check out my video on how to build muscle through dieting correctly. Combine that all with your training intensity in the gym, and I promise you will grow faster than you ever have before. Intensity is everything. If you want to lose fat, the exact same thing applies. You train at 100% intensity, then you go through the fat loss process with the food and cardio. I want you to check out my video on how to lose fat through dieting correctly, and all my cardio videos as well. When you combine them all with your training intensity, I promise you'll be dropping some serious amounts of fat before you know it. It doesn't matter whether you're looking to build muscle or drop that body fat. Every single time you enter the gym, your one and only goal is to break your muscles down literally as much as you possibly can. That's all you need to do, okay? Let the food and the cardio do the work for you in terms of reaching your training goals. My workout is by far the most enjoyable part of my day. I love it. I look forward to it every day. 1 hour to maybe 1.5 to rid yourself from all of life's distractions. It's like your church. It's like your meditation. 1 hour or 1.5 hours to focus on you and only you, and 1 hour to be a better version of what you were the day before. I honestly believe that training hard is fun. The next workout you do, I want you to make it the hardest workout you have ever done and set yourself a new personal standard in terms of training intensity. And once you set that standard, your new goal is to never fall below that, okay? Good luck, guys. Train your asses off, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.